family, welcome back and welcome to episode 12. Well, Ramina has friends across all ages, from babies to teenagers to young adults to elders. So today we're joined by a very young couple, Bakang and Hlaluko. They're the youngest couple in the series. So we're going to hear how the young ones do it, how marrying young or finding your one in varsity feels like. So do enjoy their story and stay tuned for the rest of the episode.
I'm Hlaluko. I'm staying here in the Northern Cape. We've been married for, this is our third year now. Yeah, this is our third year. It will be our third year in September. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Bakang, the husband. We're going to be completing 3 years in September, like you said. And we are currently based in the Northern Cape, Kuruman/Kati.
Okay. Also, just to mention, this is the youngest couple in the series, so that's something special about them. This is our youngest couple in the series, so welcome the young couple, talking about young love. So you do want to hear all about how it is getting married now. And yeah, so I think we can just start right away with the questions. You already answered how long you guys have been married for. So you can just briefly tell us, not briefly, you can take how like whatever time you want to take and tell us how you met. How you met, if you remember where, if you remember the time, the date, the month, the year, you can tell us all about it. So tell us how you met and what attracted you to each other.
All right, okay. So we met in Bloemfontein. We were students at that time. We met in 2012. It was in a leadership church meeting. So you can actually find a husband at church, guys. So it was my first time seeing him. I'd never seen him anywhere on campus, anywhere. Even at church, we never bumped into each other. So he was a very bright student, he was a bright kid. So top of faculty, top of his race and everything. So I think I was attracted to that. So he came into the leadership meeting, and then our leader pastor was just announcing that Bakang, congratulating him because he recently just got awarded by the vice chancellor and so forth. So I just turned, I'm like, who is this guy, you know? And I've never seen him on campus, and already I could tell, this guy, I'm gonna get him. I'm going to get this guy. So, but I was just really attracted to him the first time I saw him. And then I think on that day, in the leadership meeting, we were planning on assisting students with academics, and then we were put into groups that will just, mobilize different things. Some were in charity, some were in feeding schemes and raising funds and stuff like that. So because I know that he's intelligent, he'll be in the academics group, I just positioned myself there to make sure that I get closer to him. So I think I was successful, and because I'm a bit, active and forward, they eventually made me the secretary, so I had everybody's number. So I could basically contact everybody and get in contact with him, and we could talk. Do you have a better version?
No, I don't have a better version. Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. Yeah, I think you got the details right.
And how old were you guys at the time?
Okay, I was okay. I think I was 19. At that time, I was 20. When we met, I was 20 because I was doing my second year, and she was still doing her first year, but second semester. So you were how
I
old?
think I was 17 or 18. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was turning
When I did my first year.
probably about to turn 18 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
this was in 2012 years.
So did you guys have like a first date? Do you remember where you had your first date?
Okay, so because we met in church, we were trying the holy thing. Not trying, but we were, yeah, that was our lifestyle. So we were taking it easy and slowly. So we started off by actually just playing sport together. We used to play basketball and tennis together, and that's how I would say that was actually officially our first date, because whenever we played sport, tennis and basketball, it was just the two of us. So that's how we started with getting to know each other. I think that was our official date through sports. She was teaching me most of the time.
Did she join you in playing those sports, or both of you were already interested in playing such sports?
No, I think both of us, I mean, tennis and basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
I was athletic in high school, but those two I never played. So I think the rest had the equipment. So we just took the opportunity to say, let's do this, just the two of us in the open, not in closed doors, and just keep time running, and let's just get to know each other through these sports. That's all.
And I think part of the reason as well, remember we were still students, so we were not in a position to go out in dates and to a restaurant and things like that. So I think it might have something to do with that. So we had to be creative. Let me put it like that. Budget.
And then, how long did you date for before you got married?
Yes.
We dated before we got married. Okay, we were friends for like 5 months, and then we made it official in 2013. From 2013, he paid lobola in 2017 December. So I think we've been dating for 5 years now.
Yeah, I think it's 5 years.
Yeah,
5 years for really.
And then, when did you decide to get married? Did you always know you were going to marry him? Did you always know you were going to marry her? Like when you saw each other for the first time, did you know, this is my wife, this is my husband? Did you have that moment?
For me, I wouldn't say I had that moment. I just knew that I genuinely wanted to get to know this lady, and then it worked out. So I wouldn't say it was like an epiphany to say, oh yes, that's my wife. Yeah, I wouldn't. It didn't happen like that for me. But I think it's something that developed over time as we continue dating.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, at first it wasn't. I don't think I was even thinking that far. So, but because for 5 years we've been together and knowing each other, it got to a point where we were like, listen, we need to now commit and actually build a life together. And I was not even thinking of him paying lobola. I never even confronted him about it, pressurized him about it or anything. He just said, listen, I want to bring my parents to your place and to negotiate and so forth.
And then, what's your love language? So both of you have to answer for yourselves. What's your love language, Hlaluko? What's your love language, Bakang?
Okay, my love language is touch. I love touching. It's so ridiculous. I love it. When I'm with someone, I need to touch you. Even when I go home, my mother knows I need to touch her. I need to cuddle. I just need to climb on top of her, do whatever. Even my sister knows. Everybody knows, and my husband knows touching. I need touch.
Yeah, I think for me it's communication. For some reason, I just love talking to her, and just talking to her. If she knows that, let's say, even when we go out on dates, if we could just have, like, let's say 30 minutes of uninterrupted conversation where we just look each other in the eyes and just talk. That's how I get into. Exactly, Yeah, obviously sometimes I talk a lot, I'm overboard, but yeah, that's my love language. I just want to talk.
Charming is your love language.
I
don't know about that.
It's not the charm. I'm still waiting for the charm.
I'm working on the charm.
And then, who's the biggest giver between the two of you? So it doesn't have to be gifts, giving gifts to each other, even if it's gifts to other people. Who's the biggest giver?
Bakang.
Okay.
He is.
Okay, and then what's the best gift your partner has ever gotten for you?
I think for me was, okay.
For me.
For me. I started.
Oh, okay.
For me, the best gift she has ever given me was actually last year for my birthday. I was turning 29 last year. And I actually wanted a Timberland for the longest. And I didn't want to buy it because it's just so expensive. So ever since I started working, I've been meaning to buy myself a Timberland. So I would literally, I would lay by it, keep paying the installment, and then on the last installment, I would take my money because I just couldn't picture myself wearing such an expensive shoe. But I loved it, I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop and things like that. So I just loved, sneakers, I sort of not seeing this Timberland. And then last year she surprised me with a Timberland. So it was actually the best gift for me.
And then for you, Hlaluko? What is the best gift for you?
For me, Tess, yo.
Am I that bad?
Yo, my husband is not the best giver or the best gifter. Okay, but I remember this one time you bought me like a necklace with like a heart, and I think what was special about it is I never told you to buy me something like that. I think it was for Valentine's Day 2016 or something, So it was a necklace. It was fine, but it was just the thought behind it. So, but I think my husband, he's not quite creative with gifts. Money, he gives you money to go spend on anything. Every year on my birthday, I just say where I want to go, what I want to do. He funds it on the trip. He just makes sure I get whatever I want. Like it's an open budget.
And have you ever bought something for each other from Ramina Creatives? And what was it?
Yeah, for my, I can't remember, was it for my 28th birthday?
Mm.
Yes, she bought me a braai utensils. So it was basically your knives, your forks, basically things that you use to braai. and also an apron written Bride King. And then it came in a very nice box made out of wood with my initials engraved on it.
Very expensive.
Was it very expensive? I don't know. I was not part of the process. You can tell us, Tess. But yeah, that's the gift that I got, and yeah, it's very nice. I use it almost every time I bride.
And was she buying you the bride set because you bride a lot, or it was a hint for baby? I want bride meat.
You know, I think it worked because I think we eat meat. It's like we eat
So
meat every other Saturday. So I think he was, huh? So it worked. Yes, it worked. I think he was really good in making poikies, ne? So Brian, he wasn't really confident. So I thought, let me just buy him this for his birthday, and it worked.
And give him the Bride King title before he earns it.
You know.
Good. Okay, I just have a short announcement. So we started our live a bit late and it's limited to 40 minutes. So it's going to cut us shortly and then I'll just resend another link to the meeting. So please everyone come back so we can continue. We still have about 7 questions to go through. So it's going to cut us at 2040. So it's limited to 40 minutes. I didn't know that. I barely use Zoom. So yeah. If it cuts us, I'll just share a new link. But for now, let's just hike on the few minutes and try to complete the question. If we don't complete the questions, I'll just repeat the question on the next one. So I'll post the link on my status, on the Instagram status as well, and then you can rejoin. Thank you so much for staying online. Yeah, we're just trying to get the content. Okay, and then so what do you guys do together for fun?
We travel a lot. We have brides together. We have movie nights together. I think between COVID and studies, I think we're not gathering too much any longer with our friends and home cells. We would do poikies and play games and so forth. And with work and studies, I think now just to have each other's time, just to be together and watch movies and then bride and have quality time. Yeah, that's what we do for fun. You know anything else?
No. I think she covered it.
Okay, and then what are your biggest arguments about in your relationship?
Yo.
Is it? Okay. I.
You start the argument, okay, so you must say.
I start the argument. You know. I think. I could be wrong. I think I could be wrong. However, one thing that I always fight with her about is that I think she's a bit clumsy. I feel like she doesn't handle things with care. For instance, like now her laptop is actually not functioning and she has to do her assignments and things like that. So I literally need to come and check up on her every now and again because I feel like she's not handling my laptop well. Like literally Hlaluko would have like a cup of coffee maybe next to the laptop and then a humidifier, you know, things like that.
Hey, so you need all those things.
So I'm thinking, what if the coffee spills on top of my laptop and then so things like that. For my side, that's we argue a lot on that.
Okay. Hlaluko is actually just like me. You're just like me. Like one thing doesn't work either on my phone or my laptop. Something is always Yeah. So do you have something else, Lalu?
I think from my side, yeah, I think I fight with Bakang about a lot of things. Okay, firstly, eating my leftovers. And I have to tell you, preach to you every time, do not eat my leftover food. I think, Tess, I eat slow, but if I don't finish my food, doesn't mean I'm not going to come and eat it. So he eats my food, and I have to preach to him, please don't eat my food. And then I think the other thing, I think you are clean. I don't have to clean up after you. So I think that the biggest argument, obviously, it's everything else, but we are not really arguing. We are straightening things and then putting boundaries, setting things straight.
So Tess, let me give you an idea. Ne? When she speaks about leftovers, yesterday,
I don't justify yourself.
Yesterday, ne, we had conflicts in the morning. She didn't finish the conflicts, and then around 12 o'clock we had like a brunch type of thing, a heavy breakfast. Yeah, she also didn't finish.
But
she
even noticed that
can I finish? And then she went to do her hair, left the food like that, not even covered. Do you see why I eat them?
They have to be finished.
Exactly. She threw away conflicts in the morning, went to do her hair, left the food like that, uncovered. And I'm thinking, I might as well.
My chicken liver was covered, but you ate it.
Put it to good use. But
don't justify yourself.
No, the food must be finished. Okay, and then yeah, and then what's the one habit that your partner has that you don't really understand?
With her, everything has to be on max, like literally. When she switches on the aircon, it has to be on high. Whether I don't know if you get what I'm saying. When she switches on the radio, it just has to be on high. I don't understand. She is it's either low or high. It's all it can't be moderate. Like literally, we have a humidifier just to make the air more bearable. The humidifier has to literally blow air like it's a steam room. Otherwise, it's not sufficient for her. So that's something I don't understand. She goes big or goes home. That's what she does.
And then the stove, it has to be on 6.
She burns. She burns pub every time.
How can you really? Why are you telling the people that I'm bad?
Tess, the pot that we cook pub in, it's always burned. Black.
Tess, this is not true.
This is not public knowledge, Bakang.
Cut this section.
Cut. Okay, so do you have a habit? Does Bakang have a habit that you don't like as well, Lalu?
Okay. One habit, Bakang, is sure.
I don't have habits, Tess. Bad habits.
You don't have bad habits because he's not untidy. He's a very clean man. So, but I think I don't know if maybe he just loses the plot or but every time he makes food, it just needs to, the crumbs will be there, everything will be there. Just simply putting sugar inside a cup, the sugar will be left there, eating the crumbs. So I don't know if maybe he doesn't aim properly or I don't understand that. So I literally have to clean just that part after him, and yeah,
So,
that's the
so
man habit.
it means he's just as clumsy as you are. So it takes one to know one.
No.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I clean after myself as well. I don't know.
Hmm. Okay. Then we'll go to the next thing. What do you like the most about your partner?
Sure.
Okay, are you gonna go?
Okay, I think I like how he's very generous. Bakang is very generous, and also he's a man with a plan, man. He's
Hmm.
a he's the man of the house, but he always has a plan. He leaves this house with a clear vision. Ne? If now it's the thing of, hey, we're paying off the car, hey, we're buying a house, hey, we're studying, we're doing this, we're doing that. He already has a plan, and there's fruit when he leads. So I really appreciate that. I really like that about him. And then he's also very handy around the house. I think his mother-in-law also appreciates that a lot. He's a very handy man. And then he's also very supportive. He's supportive of everything, my career, studies, um, ambitions, goals, everything. He's just so supportive. It's just my number one cheerleader. So I like that about him. Yeah.
What do you like about her?
Uh, I think one thing I like about her is that she, like I said, I'm a communicator, so she's able to communicate with me on that level, in a sense that with her it's not yes, whatever you say we do it, that we are able to discuss things thoroughly, I remember this other time we're hanging out with one of our friends, well, my friend, and then he was a bit taken back by the fact that we were able to debate about a certain issue, and up until we eventually just sort of came to a conclusion, basically. And it was at that time, I think we were talking about politics and things like that. So I just love that she's able to stimulate me intellectually. That's one thing I appreciate a lot. I think without it, I wouldn't survive, because I'm a communicator and that's my love language. All right. And then another thing, Hlaluko can organize, If you were to look at our house, it's so organized. So I think I like that, because I'm also I'm a neat person, even though I might say that myself. So I think for the mere fact that she organizes very nicely, I like that. And she doesn't mind cooking for me. So I like that, and she clears the plate. I like that.
Honestly, I cook nicely. No, I don't mind cooking for you. I cook nicely.
First, can I tell my story? The reason why I wanted to do it live, there's no screen. Yes, can I just, And also, she's very supportive of the vision that I have for my own life individually, and of what we want to do as a family as well. And then administratively, she's also on point, which is one thing I like about her. I know if I can cast the vision, and then if I can sell it to her, I don't need to worry about the nitty-gritties. She handles it very well. And I think that's something I appreciate. I know she has my back when it comes to that one. Yes, and also she's a very reasonable person, very generous as well, even though she says I'm the generous one, but she's very generous, very reasonable, and she's fun to be with. Likes trying out different things. So I think it has just been fun, especially going out on trips with her. She's very creative and finding new things that we can do and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, how would you describe love? What's your
You go first.
Okay.
Love is kind. Love.
Okay. Yeah. We can start with. We can start with 1 Corinthians 13. Love is kind. Love is patient. And then I think one thing, love is transparent for me. Love is also mature. I think without maturity, you wouldn't be able to. And in maturity, I mean the sense that being able to accept a person's flaws and being able to work out your own differences and still be together. I think love it's about peace as well, peace of mind. I think love is also about not being comfortable, because I think when you become too comfortable, you end up taking each other for granted. I think love as well is being truthful, being honest, in a sense that if I am dropping the ball, she needs to be able to tell me, even in my own career or even as a husband, a father to be in the future, she needs to be able to tell me that, so honesty, truth, and pushing each other as well. I think it's part of love to become better at what you do.
Okay.
I think for me, love, he covered most of it there, but I think love is forgiving, and then love is also compassionate, and love covers all, and I think if I can elaborate on that one, that in a marriage, you know your spouse's weaknesses and you know their strengths. So, but what you are there for is to cover his weaknesses and then basically put forward his strengths. So, but in the process, you are basically working on the weakness together, but you cover each other through love. That's just what I have to say.
Yeah. And then before the live cuts us again, we're just going to do the last part of the interview. So the questions are done. Oh, also the last one, a quick one. What advice would you give to someone who is looking for love, someone who has given up on love or just lost all hope on love? So we have 10 minutes left again. So you have to make it quick.
All right. I think from my side, especially from a man's perspective, if you're looking for love, it might sound like a cliche, but just know yourself, know what you want, love yourself, know what you want to do. Because remember, especially if you're aiming for marriage, you guys are going to come together one beautiful state, and you don't know yourself. It's going to be hard for you to even know the type of person that you can partner with in this journey. So I think if you're still unsettled, start there. Start with the basic: love yourself, know where you're going, and then you get from there.
Okay.
From a woman's perspective, I think Bakang really covered it, but I think as a woman, just get busy with whatever you are called to do. And in that space, that's where you're going to find your partner. Don't just sit and intentionally now wait for a man and always think about it and always complain about it. Just get busy with life, get busy with your goals and everything. In that process, you will find someone, and better yourself. Also know what you want, be independent as a woman, so that when you get married, you don't get overshadowed by the marriage. You can still stand as a woman and support your husband.
That's an individual as well.
Yeah. All right. So in the last 5 minutes, we are going to play a quiz quickly. And so I just have 6 questions. So because you guys are a young couple, your quiz will be so it's like those TikTok quizzes where who's always late, then you point. So for you guys, I see there's cushions behind you. I know your hair looks nice, but it's almost bedtime. So you're going to do like a pillow version of the questions. Then so just get the cushions at the back. Yeah, and then create a bit of space. Create a bit of space in between you. Yeah. And then so if I ask a question, if it points to Bakang, you hit his head. And then if it points to her, you hit. If it's both, you guys will meet halfway. Okay, so let's start. I think we have 4 minutes now. Who's always late? Who's always late? Who's funnier? Who's the best cook? Wait, the video cut there.
Yes.
I lost you there. So let's start as who's the best cook? Who's the best cook?
You said I meant things.
Okay, who's more stubborn?
Ooh!
Who? And then who falls asleep first? And then who said I love you first? Okay, yeah. So that was the last question. Thank you so much. So in this 3 minutes, yeah, thank you so much for making time to be on this live and yeah, making it work, trying with the connection issue, just sorting it out so that this works. So yeah, thank you so much for being part of the series, and thank you so much to everyone that tuned in to just enjoy the whole live experience with me. And yeah, for also cooperating with the couple, not intimidating them and staying live. Thank you so much. And for watching the series, if you've been watching from 1 until now, thank you so much. And yeah, continue spreading love and loving each other. And everyone is watching. Yeah, so we chose you because your love is so inspiring. As friends of Ramina, we thought you'd be part of this. You being part of this would be awesome. So thank you so much for being the youngest couple. I think that's such a it's a nice title to have on the series. Everyone is like almost the same age. So yeah, for being the youngest couple to come and show the young ones that it's possible to actually meet your one in varsity, meet your one at a young age, get young at a young age and make it work the way you guys have been. Yeah. Thank you so much, and yeah, I think that's the end of it.